Welcome back to Who We Needed. I want to start this podcast by sending my thoughts and prayers out to Diogo Jota's family, his loved ones, and everyone that had the pleasure of knowing him. I'm filming this on the day that him and his brother passed in a car accident. I think all of us have had a reminder of our perspective and a reminder of how life can be so short and can be so fragile. And I'll get straight into it. It's a strange one, really, because whenever anyone passes, whenever I hear someone that has passed, whether it's famous, whether it's someone close by, whether it's a friend's family member, anything like that, I kind of feel a little bit of energy zapped out of me for a while. And I find myself thinking about the people that I've lost a lot. And that's how I've kind of spent today. I've had one of those days where I've kind of just sat around and thought about a lot of things. Thought about the people I've lost, thought about the people I love, thought about my life and reflected on where I am, where I want to be, why I mess around stressing about so many things that don't really matter. I think so many of us get caught up in life. We get caught up in the silly little worries that come up. The things that happen at work, or when someone we know says something to us that we don't like, or if we make a mistake, say the wrong thing, take a wrong turn. It feels like our whole life depends on that. And then something big happens, a loss, a change, a tragedy, and we get snapped back into perspective. And that's what I think I've had today. Life is so short. Life is so ridiculously short, and we're not here for a long time. And the more I think about it, the more I think it's a shame that we spend so much time wasted. Nowadays, we spend so much time on our phones, but it's not just that. It's so much time waiting around for things to be perfect until we go after what we want. It's so much time worrying if we've done the right thing, or if we've treated that person right, or if everyone thinks that we're doing the right thing. I don't want this whole podcast to be sad. I'll say that now. I send all my wishes to the Jota family and hope him and his brother rest in paradise and watch over all of their loved ones from above. This has to be our reminder to go after what we want, to live life fully, to stop worrying about what everyone else has to say or what everyone else thinks of us. This also has to be our reminder that we have to do the things that we really love to do. I know that this podcast episode isn't going to make you get up, jump out of your seat and go and live the rest of your life exactly how you want it. It's not that straightforward, and I know that. And I'm in the same boat. I've got a lot of things that I want to make come true. I've got a lot of things I want to experience. And I don't feel like I can get up and just do them tomorrow. They take planning, they may take money, they may take a huge amount of bravery. But there are so many little changes that we can all make. If you find yourself wanting to do something, and the only thing stopping you is other people's opinions, is the fear of being laughed at, judged, called cringe. If your fear is letting other people see you fail, I want you to acknowledge it, maybe write it down, put pen to paper and write down why you aren't doing those things. I want you to scribble them out, maybe throw them away, rip them up, and realise that those things are not going to matter. When we come to the end, those are not the things we're going to think of. They really aren't. Life is far too short to allow such small, empty things to stop us being who we want to be. I had a point in my life where I felt like I didn't want to be here. I felt like I was a waste of space. I felt like I was getting in the way. I felt like I was a bad person, and I just made everyone else around me feel the same. But I lost someone that used to be very close to me at such a young age. And I think that changed it for me. One of my best mates at football, Ben, he passed far too young. He was a role model to me. He was a brother to me. He was someone that took me under his wing when he didn't have to. One of the best footballers that I've ever played with, even though we didn't get to play with each other much. And he was taken too soon from us. One of the most courageous, brave, happy, beautiful spirit sort of people that I have ever and will ever meet. I think I was in such a bad place when it happened that I didn't really give myself a chance to realise any of the things that I felt in that. And now that time's gone by, and I often remind myself that he's still watching over us. And I find strength in that, and confidence and courage. I realise that life is far too short. I think that was the catalyst that made me start posting on social media about how I felt and the lessons I'd learnt and trying to help other people. Because he was so strong and so confident and so brave, even when he had been dealt the toughest cards. And life goes by and we get caught up in all these things. Work, commitments, relationships, responsibilities, and we forget how life is so short. We forget how special it is to be here and how lucky we are and how grateful we should be. And it's so easy to get stuck in our routines and forget that. We are so lucky to be here, and we have to do our absolute most to make the most of it, because not everyone gets to be here anymore, even when they should be. Everything can change in a second. One phone call, one tragedy, one trip, one fall, one wrong turn, one wrong place at the wrong time, one awful strike of luck. And everything could be different. We could be so much worse off. We could not be here anymore. We could not get the chance to do the things that we love anymore. And I'm being very raw and honest here, and I don't know what I'm saying. This is kind of just coming out, but we have to do our absolute most to make the most of our life. When you get home from work and you feel tired, and you really wanted to get up and go and watch the sunset, or you wanted to go for a walk or a run, or you wanted to read a book, or you wanted to paint, but you picked up your phone instead and you're scrolling and you think you're tired, you say you're tired. For you, for your life, please get up and do those things. Please get up and live your life. And don't let all the other silly little things get in the way. This is as much me telling you as it is me telling myself. Every 24 hours is a chance for us to do the things we want to do, to appreciate life, to be grateful for life. And in return, we have to do what we want to do. All I can think about in my head is how life is so short. And we spend so much time worried about things that are not going to matter. In a week, in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, in 5 years, they are not going to matter. If you're watching this or listening to this, I hope you can take from this and take strength from this to go and live the life that you want to live. If you've been waiting for the perfect time to start that new hobby, if you've been trying to build up the courage to start taking lessons in that thing, or to tell that person you love them, or to travel to that place, please go and do it. I'm going to do exactly that. I've been wanting to go away on a solo trip for a while. And weeks and weeks and weeks keep going by. And I haven't booked it. And I keep saying if this happens, I'll do it, or if that, or... The people aren't here. The people that aren't here anymore. If they could tell us, they would tell us to go. Chris Williamson talks about a beautiful idea about how when we picture our lives as a movie, we should think about what the crowd, what the audience are watching, are shouting at us to do. For me, I think that's starting this podcast. I've been putting it off for ages, and people in the crowd would have seen me writing about it, talking about it, putting it off, telling myself why I shouldn't do it. And they'd be shouting at the screen for me to go and do it. What would those people watching over you tell you to do? And you can imagine that as the audience, you can imagine that as the people that have left us, that have passed far too soon. What would those people be telling us? What would those people that aren't lucky enough to be here anymore, or lucky enough to be healthy enough, or fit enough, or lucky enough to be able to do, what would they be begging you to do? What would they wish they could do if they were you? I'm going to be reminding myself of that every single day. Because it's so easy for us to get muddled up and mixed up in everything. We all have to work. We all have to keep up with our responsibilities. And we all feel like those things get in the way. I think we should make an extra effort, a real big effort, to not let those be the things that rule our lives. Make time for the things that you love. Make time for the things that give you that fire in your belly. The things that make you dream. The thing that wakes you up in the morning, and the thing that you dream about going to sleep at night. That's the thing that you should be doing. Whether it's getting up an hour, half an hour earlier in the morning to get it done, to give yourself that time, or whether it's staying up a little bit later at night, or putting your phone down a little bit earlier at night. Please, 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 please make time for the things that you love and the people that you love. Don't let your work or any of the stresses in your life get in the way anymore. We are so lucky to be here. 400 trillion to 1 is our chances of even being born to experience this life. This beautiful miracle that we call life, on a spinning rock, at this lucky time that we got to land here. I'm having one of those moments right now where I've just zoomed out, looking down at the earth from above. How small all of those little issues I've had at work, or when that person looked at me wrong in the shops, or when that person didn't like what I was doing, or when someone I thought a friend sent a video of mine to someone laughing about it. None of those things are going to matter. None of those things do matter. And I know that if you're watching this video, you're probably a deep thinker, or someone close to me, or someone that has been through something. So please don't let those things get in the way. If we spend our whole lives trying to do what's best for us, what we love, what we want to do, there is no way we can fail. We have to do what makes us feel like us for as long as we possibly can, because you never know when things could change. We're never promised tomorrow. So please make the most of today. I'm sorry this one's been pretty low, but it's all I've thought about all day. And every time I close my eyes for more than a blink, I think about the people that I've lost in my life and how I get angry at myself for putting off the things I want to do, for not believing in myself, for not going after the things I want to do. Because I know they're looking down, wishing that we would do it. I have a tattoo on my shoulder that says watching us from above as we all share our love. And it is from my mum's uncle's funeral. And even though I was quite young, I still remember every wedding or family party that he was at. He was the life of the party. He made everyone feel welcome. He made everyone laugh. He didn't care what anyone thought of him. And I guarantee no one remembers it. Sorry. I guarantee nobody remembers when he made that mistake at work. Or when he said that wrong thing. Or when he turned up late to that thing, whatever it is. The only thing we remember are all the beautiful things, the times that he stood up and was himself and made us all feel seen. Same with Ben. I can't remember a single bad thing about Ben. I can't remember a single time that Ben said something bad to me. I can't remember anything like that. I remember all the good times. I remember all the strength he gave me. I remember all the times that he made me feel like I could be me at football. And made me feel like I fit in a place where I really didn't think I did. We should stop worrying about mistakes, about tripping up. We're all human. We should really try and be ourselves, and the people around us will love us for that, and that's what they'll remember. I want to live a life where the people around me remember the things that I stood for, the strength I gave them, the belief I gave them. And as I'm talking on this podcast right now, I'm going to go home, I'm going to write this down, and I'm going to make absolute sure that I do take these things in. I didn't know where this was going to go. I don't know if this is going to make any sense in the edit, but if you got this far, please, please, please do what you can to make the most of this life. It is far too short. We lost what everyone says is a very good man today. And his brother, who I'm sure was a good man too, far too young. I've supported Liverpool all my life because my dad showed me the game. And that man just won the Premier League, just won a trophy with his international side, with his home country, and just got married and has 3 beautiful kids. And just like that, everything's changed. Please make the most of life. It's far too short. Whatever you want to do, please go and do it. Do everything you can to go and do it. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry this has been a bit all over the place. I didn't think I'd be crying 4 episodes into the podcast, but I appreciate you a lot. And I hope you make absolutely everything you want to come true. All the dreams. Because you can. Thanks for watching.